Good morning. Today's class is called You Have 2 Seconds. You might have heard me mention this before, but I wanted to talk about the phrase between stimulus and response, there is a space. And Brene Brown likens it to an equation that is stimulus, parentheses, response. And within these parentheses, there's a space. And in the beginning, the parentheses are quite tight together. But as yogis, we're attempting to practice so that we can expand the parentheses to create more space between the time of a stimulus creating a response. And currently, we have about 2 seconds, and you might not have ever even noted that you have 2 seconds to make a response, but you are choosing how you're going to react in every moment. And each reaction has 3 different ways of looking at it. It can be a good reaction, and that we call devesa, things, or raga, things that we crave, things that we want. Or it can be a bad reaction, and that's devesa. Those are things we don't want, that we run away from. We'll do anything we can to not have this thing in our life. And the last is neutral, and that's uncolored. So when something we really want and we're grasping for, we're clinging to, or we're running from, this is all based upon our previous conditioning and our samskaras, our groove. Samskara is our habitual patterns to how we react to things. So today we're cultivating, creating the space between the stimulus and the response. To create more space, we have a tool. It's called svadhyaya, and it's the observation, where we're observing ourselves. We're continuously cultivating the moment-to-moment observation of how we are responding to something and trying to create that little space so we don't over-respond, because some people want to win. I think we all want to win, but it's a matter of how did we win. So when we respond to something because somebody said something we don't like, and so we come back with a zinger, and it might be quite true. In that moment you won, and in the second moment you lost, right? I have a little video I want to share with you. Has anybody heard of the analogy of the farmer? Let's see. Let's get rid of this. Have a quick watch of this video.
Once upon a time, there was a farmer who lived in a farm with his son and a beautiful horse. One night, strong winds damaged a section of the stable, and the horse broke free and ran away. Upon hearing the news, the neighbors came around and said, "That's too bad, isn't it?" The farmer replied, "Maybe." The next morning, the horse returned, bringing with it 3 other splendid wild horses. The neighbors came around in the evening and exclaimed, "How wonderful, isn't it?" The farmer responded, "Maybe." The following day, his son was attempting to tame one of the wild horses, and while riding it, he was thrown to the ground, breaking his leg. All the neighbors came around and said, "Well, that's too bad, isn't it?" The farmer answered, "Maybe." Later that week, military officials came to the village looking for young men for the army, and they rejected his son because he had a broken leg. All the neighbors came around that evening and said, "Isn't that wonderful?" The farmer said, "Maybe." Oh, dear friends, the journey of life is very complex in nature. Nothing goes wasted. Nobody can predict whether anything that happens in it is good or bad. Because you never know what will be the consequences of a misfortune or a good fortune. Just like the farmer, let us practice non judgment and stop labeling our life events as good luck or bad luck. Because there is nothing either good or bad, but only the thinking makes it so. Thank you. Have a blessed life.
All right, so today's class is about practicing non-judgment and trying to come at things from a neutral point of view. So when you start to judge, when you take those 2 seconds, when you start to practice the ability to observe, you have 2 seconds before you respond, ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What is my conditioning? Maybe you could be more like the farmer and allow for space, allow for people to have their opinions, allow for things to unfold beautifully instead of judging and trying to direct it. So let's come to our mat and see if we can't create space in the body. Plug these things in. All right, let's just start with some salutations. Come to standing at the front of your mat. And let's drop into this space of quiet. Spin your thumbs open, breathe in. Long exhale. Our first tool before we respond is to exhale, giving ourselves a gap. Again, breathe in. Exhale, ha. One more time. Slow exhale. Now inhale, palms come up overhead. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back, right foot lunge. Inhale, step back, left foot, plank. Exhale, drop your knees to the earth, and let's take chaturanga with knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, curl the toes under, down dog. Spread your fingers, pressing your torso back to your thighs. Inhale, float your right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring it through between the hands. Left foot comes to the front. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, releasing your arms out and up. Take a tiny back bend. Exhale, releasing the hands down and to the heart. Again, inhale, arms overhead, look up. Exhale, lovely, slow swan dive. Inhale, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Step back, left foot. Step back, right foot. Come to plank. You can come to knees, chest, chin, or come down into chaturanga. Inhale, lift to Urdhva Mukha, up dog. Curl the toes under, Adho Mukha, down dog. Breath in. Beginning to feel the space in the transitions. Again, breathe in. Exhale, release chest to thighs.
Inhale, left leg to ceiling. Exhale, bring it through. Step forward, both feet flat back. Exhale, fold. Feel the transition down. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Palms touch, let's look up. Exhale, hands come down the front of the body to the heart. Release your hands down. Inhale again, palms up. Slow, exhale, swan dive. Inhale, flat back, lengthen spine. Exhale, right foot back. Left foot back. Plank. Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Up dog. Down dog, 3 breaths here. Find the space. One more breath. Right foot lifts to the ceiling, down dog split. Bring it through between the hands. Left foot follows, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bring your hands behind your calves, dropping your chest closer to your shins. Bend the knees if you need to. And then bring your fingertips to the earth. Bend your knees, sit back, coming into chair pose. Inhale, float up. Reach your fingertips up. Lift the spine up, up, up. And take your back bend. We lift the fingers to lengthen the spine so we can make space for the back bend. Again, exhale, come back to chair. Arms beside the ears if you can. Release the fingertips down. Step back left, step back right. Plank. Breath in. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. 3 breaths. We're cultivating space to observe the body. Let the head be heavy. Let your tailbone turn up more. Spiral inner thighs back. One more breath. Left foot reaches for the sky. Lengthen the inner thigh up to the ceiling. Look forward, bring the foot front. Right foot follows, flat back. Exhale, fold. Can you slip your hands under your feet until your toes touch your inner wrists? Or maybe you just grab onto your ankles. Drop your head. And breathe up the spine. See if you can drop your chest more in the exhale. One more breath. And on an exhale, slowly release the hands and come down into hero's pose. Perhaps you sit on a block for your hero's pose, placing the block between your thighs and sitting down. Interlace your fingers and let's bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Let's release the fingers and take a side bend to the right.
Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale, center. And let's exhale, arms out to the side. We'll take a twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. And come back to the center. And let's come down onto our back and come into happy baby. Let's start by bringing the knees into the chest. And when you're ready, grab the outside of the feet with the hands and begin to press your flexed feet down over top of your knees, knees outside of your rib cage. And if you'd like to take a gentle rock left and right. Hold, press the feet lower down. Now cross right ankle over top of left, grabbing onto the tops of your feet. Let's roll the head up and draw the heels towards the face. Inhale, release the head, keep holding the feet. Let's rock the hips left to right. And now change ankles, left ankle on top of right. Drag the heels towards the face, roll the head up to meet the shins. Release your head down, rocking left to right. Now plant the feet down on the ground. You can use a strap for these leg stretches if you'd like, but we don't have to. Let's keep the left knee bent, foot on the floor, and extend the right leg up. So the body has a safety mechanism so that our muscles don't overstretch. We want to give it space. So what we're going to do is just wrap our hands behind the thigh, and we'll stretch the leg straight, and then bend, dropping the heel back down towards the earth, and then extend. Point. Release. And again, so we're turning the muscle spindles off, the Gojali tendon off, so that the body knows it's safe to now fully extend. So let's slide the hand up the calf or use a strap and draw the leg closer to the face. Then release part way. And inhale, draw back. Maybe we can lift the head. And release part way. And one more time, let's point those toes and draw the leg deeper towards the face towards the leg. And let's slowly release. Holding the outside of your leg with your hand, extend your left arm out to 9 o'clock. And taking your leg over towards the right, just supporting it. Look up to the ceiling, or you can look down your left arm. Point the toes and reach the leg out of your hip socket. Inhale, come to center. And let's cross that leg over the left leg. And we'll take the left hand now, put it outside of your right lower leg, and we'll just draw it towards the left. You can feel that in the outside of your leg, in your IT band. Now cross the right ankle on top of your left thigh, and we'll thread the right hand between the legs, clasping behind the left knee. Let's flex the feet and pull in for reclined pigeon. Rock the hips. We're making space in the tissues. And we're using our long, slow breath to cultivate this passive awareness and relaxation in the moment. One more time, breathe in. And then slowly release your left foot to the ground and plant your right foot on the ground. Slip your hands behind your left hamstring. And we'll do that, lifting the leg and pointing and flex, then release. And we'll do that 3 times. We're stretching out the hamstrings and telling the muscles it is safe to extend. So 3 times, and then we'll hold and slide the hand up the calf. Roll the head up to meet the leg. Point the toes. Now, can you feel your left thigh pressing into your abdomen? No space. I want you to be aware of that. We'll come back to it. Inhale, slowly release. Right hand comes out to 3 o'clock. Left hand inside of the leg or supporting the leg. And we'll take the leg out to the left. Without rolling your right hip off the ground, it stays on the ground. Feel your left inner thigh, your adductor muscles elongating and relaxing. On an exhale, use your left hand to guide the leg back to center, crossing over top of that bottom leg. Right hand comes outside of your left calf. Left hand to 9 o'clock, and we will guide the leg to crisscross the body. And release, bending the knee. We'll drop the heel, the ankle on top of the right thigh, pressing the left knee open. Thread the left hand between the legs, and let's clasp behind the right knee. Pressing the left knee open with your left elbow, let's draw the right knee deeper in. Little wiggles left to right. All right, and slowly release. Plant your left foot on the ground. Let's extend the right leg up again, wrapping the hand behind the biggest part of your upper leg, the right upper leg. And now flex the foot and push the thigh away from you. So instead of the thigh being gummed up on the abdomen, we're making space and pushing the thigh away from the pelvis. And slowly release. Left leg extends, interlace fingers behind the center of the upper leg. Flex your foot and press your thigh into your hands and pull your hands into your thigh. Making space in the pelvis. And let's slowly release. Roll over onto your knees. And let's come back into down dog. Now spin your heels to the right, toes point to the left. Bend your knees and come into a squat. Inhale, come center, and let's spin the heels left, toes point right, squat. Inhale, center, and step your right foot forward into a low lunge, Anjaneyasana. So your left knee is quite a bit further back, so you're stretching out the hip flexors of your left thigh. Bring your hands behind, interlace your hands, breathe in. And on an exhale, let's extend them behind us as we lift the heart. Opening up the front body, press down through your right big toe, right baby toe, center of heel. If that's hard on your neck, please look forward. One more breath. Exhale, hands back to the earth. Returning, slow return to down dog. We're cultivating this slowness of reaction as we move. Drop your head.
Inhale. Exhale, look forward and bring your left foot to the front, dropping your right knee. Hands on top of your thighs so you can feel the stretch to the front of your right hip. Hands come behind, interlace, breathe in. And on the exhale, extend them down and away. Lifting your chest, observe your neck. Is it comfortable to lift your chin and look back, or do you need to look forward? One more breath. Hands come down to the earth, down dog. Spread your fingers, press down to the root of the index and the thumb. Drop your head. Let the top of your head point down to the earth. Press down to the earth equally with both hands. Inhale. Exhale, step forward with the right foot. Spin the back foot 45 degrees, and we'll windmill the arms up and come right into reverse warrior. So left palm on your back thigh. Sink deep into your right knee. And the right arm comes up to the ceiling as we spin the chin to look up to the ceiling. Push down through both feet equally and scrub them away from each other. Feel how that activates the leg muscles. One more breath. And on an exhale, begin to straighten the front leg, and we'll come down into triangle. Hands on top of your shin, or if you have a block nearby, pick up your block. It would be excellent if you had a block for the next pose after this. Pressing your right thigh forward, your right buttocks forward. Let's roll the chin to look up, or look to the side, or look down, or you might just want to revolve your chin up and down to open up a tight neck. One more, breathe in. And on an exhale, perhaps bring your left hand to your waist, bend your front knee, and we're coming into half moon. So bring that block 12 inches in front and just outside of your right baby toe. All the weight in the front foot and leg now, and then we'll let the back leg float like a feather. So just feel like your left leg is turned into a feather. And then if you can, extend your fingers up and flex that top foot. Draw the toes to your knee and spin your bottom lung up to the ceiling. Option here is to stay in half moon or come into sugarcane, bend that top knee and reach back and grab your ankle. And this is where you can practice that thing we talked about. Well, falling with grace. If you come in and out of it, just allow yourself to be light and then pop back in. You can always drop that top foot to the earth. All right, let's release. Inhale, float the back leg down. And then we're going to take this to revolved extended side angle. So bring the block inside of your foot. We'll pick up that back foot, turn both feet the same direction. Come back into a bent front knee. Right hand to the low back. Inhale, let's lengthen the spine. And on an exhale, begin to slowly
Uddiyana Bandha, pull navel to spine and begin to twist from the navel, from the lungs, from the throat and the brain. Right arm lifts or you keep it on your low back. Press down through your feet. Make space, turn a little more. And when you're ready, begin to straighten the front leg for Parivrtta Trikonasana, revolved triangle. You might need to walk your block back a little bit, or maybe even turn it higher. Pull your right shoulder blade down into the back. Spin from the navel. One more time, reach up with your right fingertips. And on an exhale, we'll slowly windmill the arms down, drop the back knee, and let's take a little rest in child's pose. Take your block and place your third eye on the block. As we take 3 slow breaths in child's pose. Find your Ujjayi breath. Gently pinch off the back of the throat as you exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly lift your head, walking back to hero's pose. Breath in. Cultivate the exhale. Cultivate the Ujjayi breath, the sound of wind between 2 caves. And cultivate the practice of observing your body and your responses. One more breath. And on an exhale, come up onto your knees, step onto your feet. And then we'll take all this on the other side. So block at the upper left-hand side of your mat. We can step to the back of the mat and we'll take a left foot forward and then drop. No, that's not what I want to do. What is it I want to do? Reverse warrior. All right, so we just step into a lunge. The right hand comes to the back thigh and the left arm lifts, coming over. And then turn your gaze to look up to the ceiling. As you root down through your left big toe, left baby toe, and center of heel. Back leg is strong and straight. One more breath. Exhale, extending your arms. Start to straighten your front leg, coming into triangle Trikonasana. Right shoulder blade pulls down into the back. Spinning the navel, spinning the left lung, pressing your left sit bone through to the right. One more breath. On an exhale, bring your right hand to your waist, bend your front knee, Walk your block 12 inches in front and just outside of the baby toe. Drag your right foot in more. And we'll begin to spin the chest as we float the back leg up lightly, flexing the foot. Radiating from the navel out through the fingertips as we float the fingertips up. And we radiate from navel out through toes. Now I can feel this in my left hip more than I did in my right. Sometimes you can find out when your body needs a little adjustment that it's out of alignment, doing half moon. So you can stay in half moon or begin to bend the top leg, grabbing onto your ankle, coming into Chapasana, sugar cane. One more breath. And slowly release out. We'll take the block inside of your left foot, spinning your right hip down. And let's come into revolved extended side angle. Left hand reaches up. Push through your right heel as you spin the digestive organs to the ceiling. Spin your right lung to the ceiling, the back of the throat, and turn the back of the brain to the ceiling. One more breath. And bring your left hand to your low back, and we'll start to extend the left leg straight for a revolved triangle. Floating your left fingertips to the ceiling. Feel your right thigh spinning in, and your left thigh rotating up to the ceiling. As you spiral the navel and the right lung up. Feel the space in the body you make as you spiral. And then exhale, slowly release your hands. Once again, come down into child's pose with the block under your third eye. Bring your feet together, knees wide apart. And rest your head on the block. This is your rest. Focus on your Ujjayi breath. When your body realizes you've been confronted with a stimulus, drop into your breath as you take your 2 seconds to observe and choose if you are going to cling, run, or react neutrally like the farmer. Are you going to add love to a situation? Are you going to add fear to the situation? Or can you come from a neutral space and allow? One more breath. Exhale, slowly lift the head. Walk your hands back. Move your block off to the side, coming up onto your knees. We're moving to gate pose. Currently, I'm letting the blood settle back down. Let's extend the right leg. And you can put your toes down, or if you'd like, you can turn your toes up. Maybe let's just play with that for a second. Rotate toes down, Rotate thigh so toes rotate up. Let's turn the whole leg down. Rotate it back up. Leave it there. Right hand on top of the thigh. Left arm comes up and over. Breathe into your left ribs. And see if you can round the side of your left rib cage, making a C. Turn your chin to look down. Now inhale. As we look up, we'll lift the hand and bring it all the way over to the floor and plant your toes down on the earth or your right foot. Right arm comes up and over, right over the ear. Reach from the outside edge of your foot up the side body, palms facing down, and pull the energy right out through your fingertips. Turn to look down. Inhale, slowly turn to look up to your fingertips. Exhale, look down. Inhale, look up. And one more time, down, up, and release your arm up and come back to hero's pose. Hands on thighs. Maybe you need to sit on a block between your thighs. Drop your chin to your chest. Inhale, lift the chin back to neutral. One more breath. Come up onto your knees. Send your left leg out to the side. Start with toes turned up. And then let's rotate the toes and the leg all the way up into the hip socket and then back. Rotating the leg is one unit. A little bit of hip flossing here. Let's do that one more time. Toes point up, left hand slides down the leg, right arm comes up and over. Reaching and making a C shape with the side of the body. One more breath. Exhale, release the right hand to the earth and we'll plant the left foot down on the earth. Arm lines up with the ear. Now root down to the outside edge of that foot and drag the energy up the side body, out the fingertips, like you are intentionally pulling that energy. Turn your chin to look down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Last time. And let's slowly bring the hands up. Back to hero. One breath here. And on the exhale, we'll step forward with the right foot coming into lizard. So maybe you might want to have a block inside of the foot. Hands to the block. Let's lean ourselves forward. Root down through the four corners of the feet. And can you bring your forearms on top of the block? Maybe you need to have two blocks. It works for you. Maybe you just have your hands on the block. If you're feeling the hip opener, any amount of forward fold is good. Slowly let your right foot begin to peel up off the floor. And we'll put the left hand on the block and the right hand inside of the thigh to gently guide the thigh a little more open as we begin to spiral the navel and the lungs to the ceiling, looking over our right shoulder. Come back to center, move your block off to the side. So this is an IT band stretch. So walk your foot, your back leg is straight. Let's come onto both hands and roll to the outside edge of your right foot. So your toes are pointing to the side now. And then you can just bring your hand on top of your thigh or bring your arm up. Your right foot is flexed and you should feel this up the outside of the right leg. Good. And slowly release back. Come to your knees. And coming to lizard on the left side. So we walk our left foot forward, bringing that block inside of the foot. Walk your right knee back. Pushing down through the 4 points of your foot. See if you can bend the elbows and come down onto your forearms. Or if you're very flexible, take your block out. Let the left foot begin to peel up off the floor so you're on the outside edge of your left foot. Walk your hands up to your block, right hand on the block, left hand inside of thigh, and we'll begin to spiral to the left direction, looking over the left shoulder. One more breath. And release back to the front, moving your block. We're going to get that IT band. So roll to the outside edge of your right foot now. And we'll press the left inner thigh open. Maybe drop your hips. Drop your hips towards the earth. Keep flexing that foot. You'll feel a stretch up the outside of the right leg. And slowly release. And let's come back to heroes. Inhale up into the knees and bring your fingertips to your low back, palms on top of your buttock muscles for a modified camel pose. Imagine there's a wall in front of your hips. Push your hips into the wall and lift your heart up, up, up to the ceiling. And you can look forward if your neck is sensitive, or you can drop your head behind and look up. See if you can draw your elbows towards each other. Inhale, come to the center. Back to heroes, and we'll extend our right leg out for half a split. Let's just come up, lift the buttocks. Hands either side of your leg. And we'll drop the chest over top of the thigh for a half split. If you would like to come to full split, you bend your leg, your front knee, walk your left foot as far back as you can, and come into your best splits, Hanumanasana. I see you, Mike. All right, take a breath. Drag that right heel back in. Come back to hero's pose. Half Hanuman. Left foot comes forward. Walk your hands more forward. Flex your foot. Drop your chest forward until you feel your hamstrings, your calf muscles lengthen. Stay here or bend your front knee, and we'll wiggle the right foot back. How much deeper can you come? You might need to bring the earth closer to you and put blocks under your hands. Slow breath. We're being confronted with some stimulus here. One more breath. Exhale, drag that front foot forward. Hero. And come over onto your buttocks for Eastern facing plank pose. So the back body is the west side of the body, the front is the east. Hands under the shoulders. Let's begin the preparatory pose. Spread your fingers wide like you do in down dog. Inhale, lifting your heart, squeeze your shoulder blades together, flex your feet. So we're looking on an angle to the ceiling. So an angle up. Activate the backs of those legs. Pull your navel to your spine. And stay in this preparatory pose, or begin to lift your buttocks up off the ground and press your big toes down to the earth. The hands are right under the shoulders, and squeeze the sides of your hips to lift. Claw the earth with your fingertips. Inhale, we'll tip the hips right, look left. Exhale, center. Inhale, tip the hips left, look right. Exhale, center, and slowly come down. Walking your hands up towards the feet. Drop your elbows. Can you put your hands on top of your shins? Grab your ankles or grab your feet. Then inhale, pulling the feet back to your shoulder blades. Lengthen the crown of the head in the opposite direction. And spin your chin to the left. Reach the crown across the room. Inhale, let's slowly spin the chin to the right. Reach the crown of the head across the room. Exhale, come back to center. Drop your elbows, round the back. Inhale, let's slowly roll up, drag the hands up the legs. We'll just roll over into our belly. Just get a little bit for our thighs, starting in Sphinx pose, elbows under the shoulders. Press your shoulder blades down towards the hips. On exhale, straighten your arms, lift your chest, stretch the front body. Exhale, come down. And bend your left knee, reach back and grab your ankle. Bend your right knee, reach back and grab your ankle, or just do one side only. Inhale, lifting the toes to the ceiling. Now flex them as if you're standing on the ceiling. Pull back with the legs into the hands. Feel how that lifts your chest. If you'd like, you can rock on your belly. And slowly roll down. Keep holding onto your ankles. Resting on one facial cheek or your third eye. And we'll walk the hands up the feet and drag the heels towards the outside edge of your buttocks. Stay here or lift the knees a tiny bit off the ground. And feel how that lengthens the front of your thighs. One more breath. And slowly release. Press back, child's pose. Three breaths. Inhale, rolling up, picking up your 2 blocks. Let's make the one block medium and lengthwise. The other block just in behind. It depends on the length of your body. We're going to lay down, put your fingers in the center of your chest and the hands behind, so it's about the 8th vertebra, between 8 and 12, and lie down until the bottom of the block is at that spot. And then adjust the top block, which is higher than the bottom one, so we can lay down on it. This is a heart opener. Right, everybody's got it. Looks like a T. And at first, it might not be terribly comfortable, but it's pushing into the acupressure points beside your spine and allowing yourself to reverse the forward posture that we have chronically cultivated in our daily lives. Let's take a breath in and exhale, ha. Let the shoulders descend. Breathe in. Could you please come into Akash Mudra? Bend your middle finger and place your thumb on top of the middle finger nail. Let the other fingers extend out. This is the mudra for space. Become aware of your face. Are you holding tension in your face? Relax. Become aware of your scalp. Can you soften your face and your scalp even more? Using our slow breathing, bring your awareness to your neck. Inhale. Can you soften the vertebra by imagining them to sink down towards the earth? Observe. Do you gather tension in your neck? On the exhale, bring your awareness to the front of your throat and ask if you're holding tension in the muscles in the front of the neck. Breathe in. And soften your face, your head, and your neck. Let the tissues sink down. With awareness, inhale, breathe into the front of your chest. Exhale, soften the tissues of your chest. Soften the ribs in your chest. Soften your inner armpits. Soften the heads of your shoulders. Become aware of your shoulder blades on either side of your block. Breathe into them. And exhale, sink the upper back around the block. Become aware of the space between your navel and your sternum. Breathe into the upper abdomen. And exhale, sink the mid-back into the low back. Bring your awareness again to your third eye in the center of your forehead. And feel like there's a stream of energy that flows down the face, through the neck, through the chest, and it empties over the upper abdomen and pools in the lower abdomen. Feel a softening of the belly and the pelvic floor. And right into your low back. Can you feel energy in your low back and in your root chakra and your tailbone? At any time, you can roll gently to one side and remove your blocks. But if you're comfortable, you may remain. Continuing to hold the mudra, the Akash mudra of middle finger to base of thumb. Put your awareness into your buttock muscles. Can you feel an energy tingling? Soften your inner thighs and where the legs connect into the pelvis. Allow your thighs to become heavy. Your knees become heavy. Your shins and calves surrender to your mat. Your toes, your soles of your feet surrender. Your upper arms are heavy. Your forearms are heavy. Breath in. Surrender. If you're still on your blocks, can
you gently roll off to one side and release the blocks. Experiencing Shavasana on the floor now. Release your mudra. Let your hands soften. Shavasana is the space between. The space between stimulus and response, the neutral space. Take a moment to set your intention for the day, to take the yogic lesson off the mat, to visualize the equation of stimulus, parentheses, response, and that your work is to broaden the space between the brackets for your reaction, so that you can come from a space of non-judgment, non-attachment, releasing your need for the world to change so that you may be happy, and instead practice the yogic practice of observing yourself and your filter, and perhaps that you may be not seeing things completely. So you suspend your judgment. You suspend your need to lash out in those 2 seconds. And you either contribute love or you contribute neutrality. Your choice. 2 seconds. Are you a yogi or not? It's a practice. It's your practice. Slowly turn your palms down. Breath in. Exhale, lengthening your arms overhead. Lengthen your legs, stretch.
Release your arms, pull your right knee into your chest. Pull your left knee to meet the right in your chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades down into the earth. And then roll yourself over to your right-hand side. And on an exhale, slowly coming up. Back to the Akash Mudra. Round your middle finger, place the thumb on top of the nail. We'll come back to our tool, our Ujjayi breath, which means victory breath. You slightly close off the back of the throat, breathing in. Slightly close off the back of the throat, exhale through the nose. Dropping into a neutral, uncolored space. A passage from Lao Tzu. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. Release the mudra, bring your thumb and index fingers together. Bring this diamond over the crown of the head, breathing in. Exhale, bring the diamond in front of your third eye. Bring the diamond down to your heart. Turn the diamond upside down and bring the diamond over your navel, releasing your hands over top of your sacral chakra. Let's chant Om 3 times, breathing in. Just spiral the energy back up to your head. Prayer, the third eye, acknowledging your higher self. To the tip of your chin, acknowledging this body temple. And to your heart space as we bend forward and acknowledge the light and the joy in each one of us. Namaste. Well, that feels good in the body. You're welcome. How do you feel? A-okay? Right on. That's a good mudra.
Hey, John.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Have a super week.
Goodbye.
I'll see you
Au
soon.
revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Everyone, enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.